Yo, stick around because I'm literally about to change the whole way you think about school. Quick shout out to Billy the Flamingo, even though you can't really see him. But let's hop into the video. Here we go. Boom! Yo, what is going on? I hope you are having a great day today. My name is Brandon Road. I'm the founder and owner of ShopSplat.com, and today I'm going to tell you why I don't do homework. Here we go. Now, when you see this, or when you heard me say that, you probably you thought two things. The first thing was either, oh my gosh, what the heck, how do you not do homework, your grades must suck, don't your parents yell at you, oh my gosh, blah, blah. Or the second thing was, wow, you just don't care. And I'm going to go over it. Here we go. So that's right. Starting my junior year, I'm in my junior year of high school, which is probably a big shocker because a lot of people say junior year is like the year to, grind out and make sure you do real well. I have done 0 homework assignments. 0. Nada. Zip. And this is why. See, a while back, going into freshman year, coming into high school, I was that kid who was flipping nuts about school. I stressed out about school all the time, 100%. I needed to get straight A's. My whole life was based around, oh, if I don't do this well in school, I'm not going to do this well in college, which means I can't get a good job, which means I can't do this, and I can't do that. And literally, I was freaking out. I was the kid, and I kid you not, in the 3rd grade, the 3rd flipping grade, when we first started getting like letter grades instead of check marks on our paper, I literally would sit there and stress about getting a B because I would be worried that if I got a B in this class, that means when they look at me for middle school, I would get in bad classes in middle school, which means they put me in bad classes in high school, which means they put me in bad classes in college, or I couldn't get to college, which means I couldn't get a good job, which means I was going to be a failure because I got a B in the 3rd flipping grade. That was literally me. I sat and had that conversation with my mom. With my mom. That was me. I was that kid. So going into freshman year, I was a straight A student. Like, I cared so much about grades. I wanted to make sure I killed it in school. That way I would do well, in college and whatnot, and all things like that. In fact, in my freshman year of high school, I got straight A's for all 4 quarters. I got principal's honor roll for all 4 quarters. And then my life kind of changed. So I'm not going to go into detail of exactly what happened, but I will say that the events that occurred were very impactful, and they made me see what life was truly about, and like what is truly important when it comes to just life in general. So when I was in this low point in my life, when I was just stressed out about school and about life and just everything in general, when I was at this low point, I started talking to a lot of people. And it was different than normal, because typically when I talked about school, when I'm already stressed out, I always got the response of, well, make sure you're staying up with your homework and whatnot, and make sure you're getting all that classwork done and you're really trying hard and whatnot. But this time, when I was talking to these people, I got asked questions like, how much sleep are you getting at night? And I got asked questions like, how is life at home? Like, what's happening on at home? And things like, I got asked the question, how often do you get to do things that you enjoy? And after being able to talk to someone about it, it changed my whole perspective on things. See, I do a lot of things, and it's not because I do it to make myself look good, it's just because I really enjoy the things that I do. So, for example, I'm in the orchestra at school. I'm also in band at school. I'm in full orchestra at school. I'm in jazz band at school. What else do I do? I'm in mock trial. So I do I pretend to be like a lawyer, and I do like cases, like criminal cases and stuff like that. I do pole vaulting. I'm on the pole vaulting team. I teach martial arts. So that's my job. I go and I teach kids like from ages like 3 all the way to adult. I teach them karate. I just started Muay Thai. I do all these different things, but it's not to make myself look good. It's these are the things that I love doing. These are like, I absolutely love doing these things. So what started to happen is I used to focus so much on school, and I held school on such a pedestal. And I would stress out so much about making sure I can get all this homework done, I can get all this classwork done, and all of these things used to just like cover me almost. And I just had to make sure that if I was doing well in school, everything else would be fine. But what ended up happening is I was stressing so much about school that my relationships with others was starting to like go down the toilet, and everything that I started to enjoy doing, I stopped. Like I would go to work and whatnot, and of course I would love, you know, teaching, because that's something I absolutely love doing. So much so that I want to be a teacher when I grow up now. But it's like I would go there and I would almost still be stressed out because I know in the back of my mind I have all this work for school that I need to do when I get home. And I would be so stressed out because for the life of me, I could not just let go of that assignment and say, let me turn it in a day late, because I thought that a good student wouldn't do that. See, oftentimes we're often told, like, you know, or at least I was told, that you need to find balance. You need to find balance between, you know, school, and you need to find balance between the things that you like to do, and it has to make sure it's a good balance. But I will say, from my personal experience, it's not portrayed that way at all. No one portrays it as being, here's everything you enjoy doing, and here's school, and you got to make sure they're balanced. It has always been, or at least for me, that here's the thing, like, here's the things you enjoy, and here's school. And school must always come first, and you must always make sure that school is number one, even if that means the things that you enjoy doing don't really get done. And now my life has completely flip-flopped. See, I'm not saying school is not important, because it absolutely is, for obvious reasons. But I'm saying, at least for me, I found I don't need to stress so much about getting a homework assignment turned in on time. Or maybe my essay isn't fully completed the day of. Like, I'm now able to tell myself, you know, it's okay that I went and I don't know, maybe spent time with friends while my essay wasn't finished, because I'll get it done tomorrow and it's not gonna kill me. One day late for an essay in English class in the 9th grade isn't gonna kill me for the rest of my life. And I think what often happens, and I don't want to speak for everyone, but no one is allowed to think like that in school. See, I think oftentimes a lot of people and a lot of kids, they tend to think that missing one assignment is gonna kill them, because that letter grade at the end, that stupid little letter grade that's used to compare us to everyone else and put us on a spectrum just of students of how well we work, like, that is what matters when it doesn't. See, because what I ended up realizing when I started talking to these people who helped me out is the things that truly matter was me going to karate every single day and being able to teach these kids, these 3-year-old kids, you know, self-discipline and respect and confidence and things like that. And all those things add up. All those things that I did added up, and it meant so much in the big spectrum of things, but I was so trapped in this little bubble of school that I didn't notice any of it. See, for me, I sit in school and I often wonder why I'm even there, because a lot of things I know I'm never going to use again. I will never use, you know, the quadratic formula ever again in my life. And if I do, then I will pay my math teacher. That being said, I enjoy math, but it's not the point. The point is that I started thinking about what I should be doing while I'm in school. What I should be getting out of the 7 hours that I have to go to 5 days a week, you know, for most of my life, or most of my life currently, I guess. In the big spectrum, I guess it's not a whole lot, but I had to start thinking what I should be getting out of it. See, what I realized is now I go to school and I don't care about grades. I don't. I couldn't care less about whether or not I got an A in math or I got a D in math. Truthfully, we're all going to get pushed through the system and we're going to get the paper at the end. Alright? And that's the truth. And so the way I look at it now is I want experiences. I don't want to go out to parties necessarily. I've never been to a party in my life. Like, I guess, a high school party. I've never done anything like that. But the experience of talking to teachers and building connections and networking with others. And that to me is what truly matters. That is what's going to be able to carry on throughout college and throughout my whole life. That is the things I'm going to take. So now I do things like focus time on building this store. I focus on, making sure I do really well at my job and making sure that I enjoy teaching. I talk to other teachers and, I learn how they teach, how they can get kids excited to learn and whatnot, so I can apply that when I go and teach. That is what I do. See, I learned that if I focus on the things that matter, like my mental health, making sure that I'm okay before this homework assignment gets done, making sure that I'm happy doing what I'm doing instead of stressing about a test. If I can focus on that, two things happen. The first thing is I get happier. The first thing is I enjoy life and I get to do things I want to do. And the second thing is school becomes easier and it becomes better. See, because the crazy thing is because I don't do homework. I don't do it because I don't need to. In fact, I've always thought about homework being a thing that should always be optional. It should be a thing that if you need practice, you do it. If you don't, you don't. And the crazy thing is, without doing homework, I still get A's and B's. I don't get straight A's, but I do fine in school. And the reason is because I no longer have the stress that might carry in the school day. I no longer carry it to everything else I do in my life. I don't take that stress and bring it over to my work, and then bring it over when I play my music, and then bring it over when I work on my store. And when I apply everything else to my life, I leave it where it is. And I enjoy the things that make me happy. And doing that allows school to be a little bit more manageable. And I tend to do just as well in school. I realize that making sure that I'm happy first before a homework assignment gets done, or this writing assignment gets done, that's most important. Making sure that I'm in a good place before my schoolwork is more important. And basically learning that one test or one homework assignment isn't going to ruin my whole life. Unlike how it's kind of been preached to me my whole life. But anyways, I'm happy to talk about school or any of your thoughts. I mean, I'm sure people disagree with me on this, but I'm happy to talk to you in the comments. And yeah, this video is kind of getting long, so I'm going to end it right here. But I hope you enjoyed watching. This again is basically why I don't really do I don't do my homework, and I started to not stress so much about school. And if you find anything helpful in this, or like you relate to it, let me know. That'd be cool. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.